Okay, it's 7 o'clock, so I'd like to call the meeting to order. Thank you all for coming out. So roll call is Kathy Tendrich,
Virginia San Pietro.
Becky Hewitt, and Kelly Vashon. So item number 3 is to approve the can't talk tonight, meeting minutes from February 12th, 2018.
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
I will second that motion.
Okay. Still have fast call in favor.
I was gonna say, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Number 4, old business. We have no old business on the agenda. So we're gonna move on to number 5, new business. So item number 1 is to consider an act on tax refunds as requested by the tax collector. We have $102.24 for James and Carol Colozzi, $272.16 for Honda Lease Trust, $253.59 for Noah Stuckart, for a total of $627.99.
So I'll make a motion to approve the tax refund to James Colozzi, Honda Lease Trust, and Noah Stuckart for a total of $627.99.
And do I have a second? I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed to consider an act on the tax refunds in a total of $627.99. Item number 2 is to consider an act on appointing Kathy, and I hope I say her name correctly, Metzmaker Harris, as an alternate member to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and her term will end the next election period, so it will be 11/2018. 19.
So I'll make a motion to appoint Kathy Messmaker Harris as an alternate member of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Kathy's not here, is she?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Okay, a second, I will second that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed to act on appointing Kathy Metzmaker Harris as an alternate member to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Item number 3 is to consider an act on appointing members to the Charter Revision Commission. At this time, I'm going to look for a motion. We need to table that until our next meeting, which would be March 26th.
And do you want to just talk about why?
So for your Charter Revision Commission, the least amount of members you can have is 5 and the most is 15. So we do have 5 members. We have 4 definites. Our 5th member, I was not able to contact. She showed interest in it, but I don't want to put her name on here without 100% her knowing that this is what she wants to do. She's very interested in it, but again, without her definite yes. So I'm going to table that or look for a motion to table that until March 26th. The Charter Revision, as some of you know, we've been talking about this for quite a while now. It is a timely process. So what we need to do is get our members appointed who we want to be on the Charter Commission, and then they'll move forward and they'll start setting their dates for their meetings.
Good. So I'll make a motion that we table this until our March 26th meeting.
And I will second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed to table acting and appointing members to the Charter Revision Commission until March 26th. Item number 4 is to consider, we need to have a motion to consider and act on the Board of Education cut of it's not a cut, it's an amount for the town to give to the Board of Education for the fiscal year 2018, 689, for them to cut, I'm sorry, $689,361. And we need to send that to a town meeting to get that approved. So I'm looking for a motion tonight to do that.
I'll make that motion to send to a town meeting, act on a Board of Education cut or reduction of $689,361. Not that I'm approving the cut, but
You're just sending it to a
town meeting, it goes to a town meeting.
I did some research on this, and it's due to Connecticut Public Act 17-02, Section 265. Because the town adopted their budget prior to the state budget being adopted, we have to do these modifications the same manner as the budget was accepted. So seeing how we accepted it at a town meeting, we have to make the reductions at a town meeting. And that's pretty basically it.
And how did that amount come to be?
Minimum budget requirement,
Okay.
the NBR,
Okay.
so, yep.
So you made the motion, and I will second the motion to take that to a town meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed to take the Board of Ed cut of $689,361 to a town meeting. Item number 6 is other. Ginny, do you have anything that you would like to add to?
Well, I'd just like to say I came to the winter market on Saturday, and it was fabulous. It was more than I expected. It was jammed with people, and it was really nice to see something, a nice event like that happening at the town hall. And I want to really thank the Agriculture Commission for all their work, because that must have been a lot of work to get that all organized. So.
And I think this is their second year, if I remember right, last year. I attended last year, third year.
No, it was great. Really good.
I'm glad, I hope it continues to
Yeah,
grow every year.
yeah.
I think it's a great time of year to get people out, and I'm glad it's successful. So item number 7, we're going to open up to public comment. So if anybody has any comments that they would like to make, any questions, any concerns regarding anything that's on our agenda tonight, please feel free to.
Matt Radan of Moosup. Kathy, could you expand a bit on the criteria and vetting process for the candidates that are going to be on the Charter Revision Committee? Just who they are, how they're selected, and what the vetting process, whether any of this is posted anywhere where someone might be able to find and share the information?
Well, we had put an ad in the Turnpike Buyer for any of the commissions that we had open. And what we requested is anybody that had any interest, send us, not really a resume, but just their interest and why they were interested in serving on the Charter Commission. You may be coming to 2 meetings a week. Not everybody has that time to devote to it, so we really have to make sure people that are interested have the time to devote to it, because it probably will not end. You figure we'll go to our March meeting, our next Board of Selectmen meeting here, we'll pick all the members, and then what we do from there, they set up a time for all their meetings, and we probably will not be done until the end of July, maybe even the middle of August. So it is time consuming. I hope I answered your question, Matt.
All right. Those the candidates that I'm assuming will be voted on by the Board of Selectmen
Yes.
for the appointments. Are those going to be published anywhere for people to weigh in opinions or
Yes,
have
when
any
we
additional comment?
actually, at the next Board of Selectmen meeting, yes, you will know who they are. Okay?
Thank you.
And do you know how many we got? Did we get?
5.
That's
We
it?
have 5, yes.
That's all that sent their names in? I guess we don't have many choices.
Was it only advertised in the Turnpike Buyer? Or were
Yes.
there other advertisements made?
No, it was in the Turnpike Buyer now.
Laura Goodall, Woodstock. Just a question, is there any way Town Hall's gonna get a Facebook page soon so that information can get to other residents besides the ones that don't read the newspaper? I mean, there should be other ways instead of one way. I don't read the Turnpike Buyer. I
Okay.
don't like to get ink
A
on my hands,
Facebook
so it's just
page,
weird.
I can't tell you if there will.
Okay.
We have a web page that we do post, and I believe Kyle did post it on our web page also, Matt, so I'm sorry. As far as a Facebook page, I'm not really sure if we would ever do a Facebook page if we have someone that would be able to maintain that. And we certainly will not take money out of our budget to hire somebody just to.
I just think your
manage it.
IT person could handle it. I don't think it's really that much to put 5 minutes a day into it. The same as, it's probably easier than putting it on your website.
Well, it's not always 5 minutes either,
I know,
because
but-
people ask questions and you have to stay on top of it all the time, Laura. So again, I can't tell you no, but I can't tell you yes.
I mean, I think it'd be a good thing for the town to move forward, to give access, public access to more residents in more than one way. So I just think it'd be a good thing to think about.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other questions?
Joe Sharon, 7 Nostromo, Noosa.
I-
It wasn't brought up tonight, but I read in the paper, they were talking about wanting to add another town cop, or one per next 4 years.
I know that there is in this budget that they're preparing right now to add another police officer, yes.
Do we really need more? mean,
I
it seems
truly
like we've got
believe
more
we
than
do,
enough
Joe.
as it is.
I do believe, and again, I will share this, just come to the Board of Finance meeting when we present that budget and you'll be able to ask questions. Because of everything that's going on in the town, I believe we do. I'm not going to say that every year for the next 4 years we'll add a police officer, but I believe right now it is in the
I mean,
best
'cause
interest of
our
the town.
taxes are
Joe.
sky high through the roof. I'm paying over $1,000 a month in property taxes. And if it just keeps going up and up and up, I want to retire in 2 years. How can I?
Right.
Did you
And
guys-
I do understand.
Did you guys get a chance to look into a resident trooper program and see what that was gonna cost?
I can only share what I know from when I was on the Board of Finance before.
Yeah.
I know that that was brought up before, and I believe they did check into it. The thing with a resident state trooper, Joe, is that when you look at when you look at Danielson, they have Troop D. Well, Killingly has their own, they just did last year, started their own Killingly with police officers outside of Troop D.
I know, I thought that was ridiculous, having a troop right in town. I mean, come on.
But
It's out of
because of
control.
the call time, and I can share this with you, I know that Lebanon, and there's another town also that is thinking, and Griswold is even thinking about it, because they have a resident trooper. And it's just the time frame from when you call the trooper to get them to the call, it's just so
Up to 2
long,
hours
Joe.
sometimes.
But I mean, let's face it, I mean, this is Plainfield, this isn't Hartford, this isn't Waterbury, this isn't Chicago, it's Plainfield, we're a farming town.
It is, and
You know?
that's why I wish that, I hope that you come to the Board of Finance meeting when they present the budget, because
When will that be?
It'll
You
be
know?
April 11th.
April 11th?
April 11th will be the department head.
because you'll be able to get so much more. The chief of police will be there, and he'll be able to share information with you.
Okay.
And I understand your concern raising the taxes, I really
Yeah,
do.
because I mean, right now, you've got 18 police on the town. Now, if you figure Monday through Friday, if you have 2 per shift, that's 6. You still got 12 left. Even if you figure a couple, say, for sick time or vacation, that leaves you with 10 just for the weekend. And if you want to put on 3 on a 3rd shift, that leaves you with 9. How many people, how many troopers do you need in this town? I mean, they're playing bumper tag. I work for DOT. I went to work one night at 2:30 in the morning to go on ice conditions. I turned out on my road on the Snake Meadow, and I could see a car coming behind me. I knew it was a cruiser. I put my blinker on right to turn on this Moosa Pond Road. I just pulled over. I pulled over by 7 Drive. I said, "What's the problem?" "Oh, when you turned right, you went over the yellow line." I said, "You're kidding me." I said, "You can't turn right here without almost coming to a complete stop because this intersection's narrow with the curb. Heaven forbid I'd have ran over the curb, they'd have me in cuffs." And then before I was done, another cop pulled up behind him. So 2 cops pulling me over at that hour of the morning. Apparently, they didn't have anything else to do. But they want to add cops? I mean, come on, this is getting ridiculous. But I will be at the meeting.
Oh, it's at 6:30 too. It's not 7, it's at 6:30,
Okay.
so you know.
I think really, Joe, that is your best, where you'll get your best answers.
Okay. Thank you.
Jack Dow from Moosa Pond. Where's the money gonna come from to support this trooper?
Well, hopefully, when we go to the Board of Finance with all of our budgets, we'll be able to get that money without having a big effect. I can tell you this, the finance director and I have worked very hard on our budget, trying to make cuts. We have budget freezes on right now. We've had budget freezes on. So we're gonna work hard, and hopefully we can find the money.
You cut the school board last year. I don't know what the exact amount is, but now you're gonna take $100,000 a year to put on a police force.
Well, we'll have to see. I can't tell you if that will pass or not, Jack. We'll have to see. It has to go to the Board of Finance, has to go to.
The guy you took over for sat right here in this town hall and said, "We're gonna be broke by October, November. We ain't gonna be able to make the town payroll." And this year you're gonna take $100,000 and get another cop.
Exactly.
It don't sound
Well-
right to me.
I think the issue of making the payroll was because we didn't get the federal, the state resources.
I understand how the state worked, what we don't get from the state, but he actually said they cut us and give it to Killen. Right? So you know how much you're gonna get this year, right, from the state? The same amount you did last year.
If we're lucky.
You
Yeah.
can't,
Oh, if we're lucky.
If we're
Yeah,
lucky,
really.
yes.
So-
I
so
mean, I
you
hate
mean
to say that.
You could get less?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
don't
No,
know.
but just what you said. We don't know. Maybe we could get less.
Yeah, we could, yeah.
but you can't expect the state to bail you out every year either.
No.
Well, we don't expect the
No.
state to bail us out,
You know,
just
you
like we
gotta-
don't want
you
the
gotta
school
keep
to
making
expect
cuts.
the town to bail them out all the time. We do not expect the state to bail us out, no. And all I can say is I support a new police officer. I can't tell you if the Board of Finance will support it, and I can't tell you if the town will support it. I can tell you, in the best interest of the town residents, I truly believe we need more officers.
Let the people that want to support it pay for it then, and the ones that don't want to support it not pay for it. Because I don't get any better coverage than the person that rents and has 5 kids. I don't get any better coverage.
But you know
I'm
what,
paying the
Joe,
bill.
and not to go into a big discussion, but think about that in a whole other picture. Senior citizens have already paid for their children to be in school, and they still pay taxes for the school system. You know, just like we support senior citizens, it's a town and it's a community pulling together. And in order to have a safe, secure town, you really can't say, well, I don't need that, so I'm not gonna participate in that. We have to pull together and be a strong community.
I understand, but like I said, this isn't Chicago. We don't have a super high homicide rate. You know, it's not like we're having gang wars or motorcycle gangs coming into town, gonna have a riot. This is a
But I
farm
will
down
tell
Plainfield.
you this, and again, why I said it's best to come to the Board of Finance meeting is because the chief of police will be here. You don't know, a lot of residents don't know the calls that they do in a day, the mental health issues that are out there, domestic violence, the
And,
drug
And
overdoses.
he's getting a raise too, but I'm not.
So,
He's well paid.
any other comments,
I have a question.
questions?
Art Gagney, Central Village. about the Charter Revision Committee. You only got 5 applicants, right? Now that it's been tabled, will they have another month? People that see this, will they be able to apply?
Well, we're gonna go to our next meeting, which is March 26th, so we'll have.
Right, if they send a letter of intent, but,
Yeah, so 2
okay,
weeks.
because they, you
Not a
know,
month.
they may see, it.
2
okay.
weeks, yes. We have another 2 weeks to get a set applicant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be nice to have choice.
Yeah, so it's not closed, it's not closed.
Saying you can have 15,
Definitely.
yeah,
And some people did
I
ask
think the more
about
the
it,
better.
but when I told them the time frame,
They
they
couldn't
know
do
they
it.
can't devote the time to it, so it's hard because it is a long process. So, thank you. Anyone else? Well, if there's no more questions or concerns or comments, I would like to make a motion to adjourn. Have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So our motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:21 is passed. Thank you, everyone, for attending.